Certainly to look at. Thank you. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired
the
up.
NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
Well, the offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there at Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at the 5. And for New Orleans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Lonzo Ball out there with Hart. And it's Favors in at the 5 down low. Here's Hart. Pass to Favors. To the left side wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hart. And the Pelicans get it back. Here's Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 13-point game against New Orleans.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Kicks to Bogdanovich. Mitchell outside. A 3-ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Now here's Favors. Right wing. Here's the floater. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Michael Conley picks one up. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain. He can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
Well, a new start for Lonzo Ball, part of that massive Anthony Davis trade over the summer. And for Lonzo, things not working out in L.A. I wonder if being away from everything that L.A. offers up is going to allow Lonzo to focus back in both on playing and on making sure his body is ready for the rigors of an 82-game season.
Now here's Conley. Mitchell outside. The pass to O'Neal. Outside, Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. And it's Mitchell missing. And with the Pelicans, ball can be quite dangerous in an Alvin Gentry offense.
Yeah, this up-tempo style that Alvin likes to play, a lot of it borrowed from the 7 seconds or less offense of Mike D'Antoni, is going to be very exciting. They could be a league pass team as Lonzo Ball loves to advance it with the pass, finding players like Ingram, Holiday, and of course Zion Williamson on the break could lead to some exciting basketball in the Bayou. Well, this season, the Pelicans finally getting themselves their own G League affiliate, the Erie Bayhawks in Pennsylvania. And in 2022, they'll move closer with renovations to the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. And when that's completed, it's really going to help out the young core and the draft picks that have been collected by David Griffin to do some player development that's going to keep this team competitive for a very long time.
No good on that one. And Brent, kind of a musical chair situation for the Bayhawks, the original franchise, this season moving to College Park, Georgia, to become the Skyhawks.
That's right. That team was affiliated with the Atlanta Hawks, and now the Pelicans take over for the next 3 years in Erie with the new Bayhawks franchise before that move to Alabama in 2022.
So for the Jazz, their last game, a loss to New Orleans. The fadeaway, and again, no good by New Orleans.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ingram against Bogdanovich. Pass to Williamson. Here's Hart. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, he can't get it to go. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Bogdanovich passes to Conley. Now the dish to Mitchell. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Mitchell's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Williamson finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
And he's far from just a dunker. Zion is also capable of hurting you from outside.
Conley with a wide open look, and the Jazz another 3.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Pass to Williamson. He kicks it to Ball. Kept alive, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the shot goes down.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And Gobert kicks to Bogdanovich. Nice ball movement by Utah. Mitchell outside. Conley with the 3. Nailed from three-point land. He has 6.
It's Conley's ability to hit the long ball that makes him such an asset. Stretches the floor and creates space.
Now here's Jackson. A 14-point game for him in the win against Utah. Pass to Ingram. Five to shoot. Stolen by Mitchell. Last break. Here come the Jazz. Launches the 3, and it's Conley that time on the assist by O'Neal. Conley's got 9.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Ingram dishes to Jackson. Outside Favors. And Hart has it in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Over Bogdanovich. Another one falls for New Orleans. Jazz leading by 7. Conley feeling it out, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
And now we get a chance to check out Donovan Mitchell. Good season for him last year. Last season put up about 23 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. You know, year 1 he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. New Orleans making a switch here. Hayes is checked in. The Jazz also changing it up. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joe Ingles in for O'Neal. Off the inbound. And Williamson with a nice bucket inside.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. It's a 5-point game. Green finds Conley. Over Jackson. And Utah again with the bucket.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
And there's the pass to Williamson. Dishes to Ingram. Hayes trying to break free. Great positioning on the putback.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. He dishes it to Mitchell. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And the shot is long.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Ingles kicks to Conley. Outside, Green. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard. It's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
And both free throws good for Green. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
From deep, Ingles. The offensive rebound. And Davis gets it to go.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Passes it to Hayes. Kicks it to Redick. Goes up on the wing. And Davis pulls it down. And here's Utah. They're on a 14-6 run. Ingles passes to Williams-Goss. Back to Ingles. Clock at 6. Over Williams. Ingles can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 11. Pass to Williams. Can't cash in from close range.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
New Orleans has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Jackson passes to Redick. Ingles against Jackson. There's the dish to Hayes. Launches a 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Green with the ball. 20 points for him last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Over Jackson, and Green gets it to go. And the Jazz lead by 13.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Here's Hayes. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Ed Davis.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hayes.
And offensively, how do the Pelicans go from good to elite?
Well, raise your hand if you want more shooting. And I can see David Griffin raising his hand. That's what it's about for these guys. Tough to win in this league if you don't have the floor spacing. They're going to play at a great pace, but man, could they use a few shooters.
Hayes hits them both. Jazz leading by 11. Here's Williams-Goss. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Poked loose. 6 to shoot. Oni. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
It's Williams with the drive. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Number 5 is J.J. Redick.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered
Shooting
through
2.
any real lulls in that department.
And that one misses. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible, and I don't know how much,
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support them.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
Here's Niang. Here's Williams-Goss. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Here's Niang. The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
That one is off.
And the 13th pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Davis has already been with a number of teams in his young career.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
And the missed free throws starting to be an issue.
Outside, Redick. Here's Alexander Walker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 5 on the clock. Hayes. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Williams-Goss the pass to Bradley. The Jazz working the ball around now. And that one's good. Williams-Goss.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
So it's the Pelicans now, following the bucket by the Jazz.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
New Orleans shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. No good on the second free throw. The Pelicans come into this one after the win against the Jazz. Here's Niang. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Outside, Redick. They get a hand on it. Here's Niang. Three-pointer. So it's Mike Conley making highlights for Utah. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his inspiration growing up was none other than Gary Payton.
He was one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary Payton jersey, had the shoes, everything. So when I looked at a player, I was like, you know, he plays on both ends. I want to be able to do that too.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Payton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
We've got Hayes. Williams is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Melly in at the 4. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Ball. He had 15 points last outing. Hayes, no good. Here's Williams-Goss. Poked away. Here's Alexander Walker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. So it's the Jazz now, following the miss by Lonzo Ball. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Pass to Hayes. Here's Alexander Walker to the left wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Ball. And the Pelicans miss again. Utah leading by 15. Oni, he's guarded by Williams. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. In the second quarter, held scoreless. Here's Williams-Goss. And the Jazz call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. Fifth on the list, the Pelicans.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
Let us not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The pass to Favors. He kicks it to Ball. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Taking a look at some stats for Ingram. Last year, getting it done. He averaged 18 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's putting in the effort, and you can see him getting better with time.
So many little things that you have to learn to grow as a player. He's just going through a bit of that process right now.
Now, here's Mitchell. 7 points in the game. Shoots over Ingram, and it's Mitchell missing.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one, Kevin. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
And one of the major pieces of the Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Brent figures to be a big piece for this Pelicans team.
There's so much talk about Brandon Ingram and potential unrealized and maybe some stability around this new organization with head coach Alvin Gentry is going to bring out the best in Brandon Ingram.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Ingram. And another name included in that Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Still a lot to like about his game.
Pairs up well with what the Pelicans are trying to do. Perhaps the biggest asset coming over to New Orleans could flourish in this system.
Gobert, he's checked in for the Jazz. Green comes in for George Niang. Both free throws good for Ingram.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
Now here's Gobert. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Ingram dishes to Williamson. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Jazz leading by 11. The drive by Mitchell. Knocked away. And now the Pelicans on the break. Ball's running. Stolen by Conley. Passes it to Green. Conley against Ball. Here's Gobert. Off the mark, and the drought continues. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Ball, the pass to Favors. Count that one. Favors got his first basket.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
Now here's Gobert. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The drive by Mitchell. That one doesn't go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Over Mitchell. Connects on the foul line jumper.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
Ball against Conley. And the rejection by Favors. And here is Ball. Pass to Ingram. New Orleans moving it around. Ball with the bucket.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Back to Mitchell. And Bogdanovich now top the key. 4 on the clock. To end the drought. Conley's shot is off.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Here's Alexander Walker. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Ball against Mitchell. Ball, no good.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Pelicans.
Here's Alexander Walker. Following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Jazz. O'Neal comes in for Mitchell.
All right, a chance here to check out Derrick Favors' stats. He had a strong showing last season. 9th in shooting percentage and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. The deep three from Redick. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Redick's got himself on the board with 3 there. Jackson against Conley. Sinks that one from the post. And the Jazz lead by 6.
Gotta admire how clever Conley is. Gifted at catching the defense off guard with that soft floater.
Outside, Redick. The 11-footer. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Shooting it with more confidence now. Look at his face. He didn't look quite right in the opening minutes. Finding it now.
And the rejection by Favors. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touched it last. Here's Conley. He's got 13. To the inside. Green kicks to O'Neal. Just 5 to shoot. Buries it from 3-point range. O'Neal's got 6.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Hart the pass to Redick. Back to Hart. Outside Favors. Dishes it to Redick. Knocks it loose. O'Neal against Redick. Right side Green. Conley dishes to Green. Conley against Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Over Jackson. Here's Gobert. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option. And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euro. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
A free throw drops for Gobert. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. The Greek freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception.
Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those 2 needs better than anyone in the league.
Here's Gobert following the score by New Orleans. Off on the layup. Here's Hart. The pass to Jackson. Another shot. Utah with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. They host the Kings after this game. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. Pelicans trail by 7. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist from Jackson. That's 7 points for J.J. Redick.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Hayes, he's checked in for Hart. Ed Davis is checked in for Utah. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. Here's Niang. Passes it to Williams-Goss. Tipped away, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. They'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Friday, they're off to New York to face the Knicks. And Hayes kicks to Jackson. Got a piece of it. He had stolen by Ingles, and the Jazz pushing it up now. They get the rebound. Great D that time from Redick.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
He dishes it to Jackson. Pass to Hayes. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Redick. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Niang passes to Ingles. They could use a bucket. Excellent D there from Williams.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Oni. Redick with the rebound.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That is his first foul of the game. The Jazz making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Jackson passes to Redick. He's with it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Utah's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. To stop the drought, Williams-Goss misses.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the half. 5 on the clock. Redick from deep 3-point land. It could go. And that one released in time, but no good. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Jazz lead by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Nobody had an answer for Mike Conley in the first. He had 13 points and 1 steal. And Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mike Conley.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's ball. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. And the pass to Hart. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Outside Favors. Ball dishes to Williamson for the tie. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Gets the bucket and the foul. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Yeah, how Bogdanovich keeps his concentration on the basket is impressive. Even when he's getting fouled, he stays with the play.
And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovich has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player. And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovich, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Now here's Williamson. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Hart. Drills the three-pointer. Hart's got 5.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision-making.
Passes to Conley. They double-team Conley, and it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Pass to O'Neal, 6 to shoot. Back to Gobert.
And really, Ingram is as complete a player as they come. Not only awesome on offense, but just spectacular on D as well.
O'Neal with the defensive effort.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Bogdanovich, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. Pelicans trail by 5. Pass to Favors. Kicks it to Ingram. Out to the right wing. Here's Hart. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That is his first foul of the game. Jazz leading by 5. Conley, the pass to Bogdanovich. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. They double team Conley. Mitchell wide open. Pelicans with the rebound. Favors got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Alexander Walker. Over by Conley. There's the pass to Favors. And he banks in the layup.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And the Jazz call time here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. 4th, Rudy Gobert.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Now here's Conley. He's covered closely. High arcing shot. That shot is off. And New Orleans will come the other way. Here's Hart. They get it back. Here's Williamson. And that one's drained from the low block. Williamson's got 8 points.
I'll tell you, the plus wingspan is part of what makes Williamson so difficult to defend.
Mitchell passes to Conley. Bogdanovich up top. And it's good, 2 points. Bogdanovich has got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Williamson kicks to Ingram. O'Neal with the defensive effort.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Frank Jackson, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And Utah also making a switch. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. Gobert with the bounce pass. A 3 from Bogdanovich. Another miss by Utah. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, yikes. Wow. Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
Now here's Gobert. Outside Bogdanovich. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mitchell's got 12.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
Favors can't get it to go. Jazz leading by 4. And Derrick Favors picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
So both teams making some changes here. And Utah has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside Conley. Clock at 6. Green breaking loose. That shot missing.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Now Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Hayes. Makes it off the glass.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And the Pelicans making a change here. Redick is checked in. Here's Mitchell. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Now that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
What's up?
And Mitchell, no good on that one. Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D. Wade with how he plays. And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence. And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half, doing a great job at the line.
Jackson dishes to Redick. And it's blocked by Bradley. And he recovers it. Jazz leading by 3. Green passes to Conley. Bradley, no one around him. The Jazz with another miss.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Outside Jackson, pass to Williams. Shot from 16. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. The dish to Conley. Green against Jackson. And that one goes long. Pelicans trail by 3. Redick passes to Hayes. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. And so Green will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Down low. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Here's Melly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Redick. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And J.J. Redick is so used to aggressive defense because they don't want to give him an inch to shoot.
Outside Conley. Here's Mitchell. And Utah, another 3.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Jackson kicks to Hayes. Lets the 3 fly. Ingles with the rebound. Utah leading by 7. Mitchell in the corner. Back to Ingles. Outside Conley. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
4th selection back in the 07 draft. Conley has been a reliable guard for many years.
And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
3 shots. 3 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley. He never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference, but make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
Lonzo Ball is checked in for Jackson. Utah also making some changes. Davis comes in for Bradley. And it's George Niang in for Green. And Greg, you talked to Conley. He'll admit he's been frustrated trying to break through and get that recognition.
Still, the way he plays the game, not focused on his individual numbers, unselfish, and focused on what the team needs to win.
And he nails the 3rd. Pelicans trail by 9. Now, here's Ball. 6 points for him. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Williams. Sinks the 3-pointer. Williams has got 5.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
And Mitchell drops them both.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Redick passes to Hayes. Dishes the ball. He kicks to Hayes. Second shot opportunity. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Tonight, he's gone 3 of 6 from the line. That free throw missing.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
Dante Exum, he's checked in for Mike Conley. He hits the second from the line. And so it's Exum with it. He'll bring it up for Utah. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 9.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Here's Ball. Second chance effort. Great D that time from Davis.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Count it.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Outside Williams. Pass to Melly. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
And checking out the numbers for Lonzo Ball. Some last season stats for him. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Williams kicks to Ball. Here's Hayes. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Hart, he's checked in for the Pelicans. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. And the second free throw, good. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Ball, the pass to Hayes. O'Neal against Redick. There's the three. That one, no good. And it's Utah the other way. Here's O'Neal. And he uses the glass on the layup. O'Neal's got 8. And so it's New Orleans with it. It's a 14-point game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hayes. Cans it from downtown. He's got 12.
They're trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Mitchell outside. Out to the right wing. Here's O'Neal. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And so it's Utah with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Hart is out there with ball, and it's Hayes in at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Williamson kicks to Ingram. 6 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Fader on the way. That shot no good. So Utah will take it the other way. Mitchell against Ball. Mitchell is double. Here's O'Neal. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Not everything fell for them in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Pass to Williamson. Kicks it to Ingram. Unloads from 9. A rebound by the Jazz.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. And he's good on the second. Pelicans trail by 18. Here's Alexander Walker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And the first one drops. And so he makes both from the line. Jazz leading by 16. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Mitchell is double. Outside Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. Gobert can't hit.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Williamson. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And normal physicality doesn't get it done with Williamson. To stop him from scoring, you really have to up the ante and get him before he hits that launching pad.
Mitchell finds Gobert. O'Neal trying to break free, and it's Mitchell missing. Pelicans trail by 14. Now the pass to Hart. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First one falls for him. Mike Conley's checked in for Davis. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Outside Conley. Now, here's Mitchell. He's guarded closely. Here's Gobert. Favors with the rebound. Favors has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Alexander Walker passes to Williamson. Over Mitchell. And it's Williamson missing. Jazz leading by 12. Mitchell with the bounce pass. Here's Conley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap, overspending?
Take a break.
And outspending smaller markets.
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. And that's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Pelicans trail by 14. Alexander Walker passes to Williamson. Ready by Bogdanovich. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Jazz. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Conley. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Favors. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
Can't be this assertive with Williamson. He's already a pro at drawing you in and getting the call.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
No good on the free throw. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
And he sinks the second.
And Williamson, a kid that's likely to reach his full potential, very coachable, absorbs instruction well, and really implements it quickly.
Now here's Conley. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. No good from 11 feet. Pelicans trail by 13. Jackson down low. Count that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Conley. And Derrick Favors pulls it down. Favors got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Hart, passes it to Williamson. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Williamson's got 5 points now this quarter. Mitchell with it. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Conley kicks to O'Neal. Clock at 6. Back to Conley. Has to Gobert.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been in quite the tailspin.
Williamson with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound. Utah leading by 9. And here is O'Neal. Now Conley. The drive by Mitchell. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. That's 29 points for Donovan Mitchell.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
Finally got themselves in the trenches. Momentum completely shifted now. We've got a tight one here in the final period.
Utah calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
And the shot goes in.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
Here's Conley. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. That's now 32 points for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the New Orleans Pelicans, trailing by 10. Good on the shot. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
Now here's Gobert. Mitchell is double. And here's Conley outside. And Utah another 3.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Williamson, the pass to Jackson. Over to the wing. Here's Hart. 6 to shoot. Pass to Williamson. Over Mitchell. And it's Williamson missing. Jazz leading by 11. Bogdanovich dishes to Mitchell. Right through the D for the layup. Mitchell's got 7 points for the quarter.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Here's Ingram, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Love how Ingram toys with the opposition, drawing contact very easily on these kinds of attempts.
The first one falls. Both free throws good for Ingram. Now, here's Mitchell. Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Here's Hart. Covered by Mitchell. Williamson kicks to Ingram. Outside, Jackson. 5 on the clock. Back to Ingram. Lets it go. And again, no good by New Orleans. Utah leading by 13. Bogdanovich passes to Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Utah. In the corner, O'Neal with it. And Utah another 3.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Ingram passes to Williamson. Over Bogdanovich. The rebound by the Jazz. O'Neal's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Mitchell. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And playing with the lead, you can see they're making a much more concerted effort to work the ball inside here in the second half.
One shot.
Pelicans trailed by 19. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Stolen by Michael Conley. Goes up. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice, you potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
Jackson looking around. Here's Hart, covered by Mitchell to end the run, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell. That free throw missing. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit, like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And they'll keep possession. And they're able to recover. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Jazz leading by 20. 1:52 left in the fourth. Tipped away. Bogdanovich looking around. The pass to Conley. Over Jackson. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Favors is... And so it's Jackson who brings it up for New Orleans. And it's Williamson missing.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Jazz.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Donovan Mitchell.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Gobert, no good on that free throw. The Pelicans shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Moore passes to Alexander Walker. Right side Jackson. Miller, that's for two. Rebound Utah. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. Exum dishes to Mitchell. And that comes off the assist by Exum. 41 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Favors inside, guarded by Bradley. Back to Moore. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike, you guys really came on in the second half. What changed?
We just started playing basketball again. I told the guys at halftime that we can't just turn it on and off. We got to be able to keep the pedal to the metal, and guys came out and were defensively focused, and guys were making the double extra plays to get defensive stops.
Well, defense is obviously your team's calling card. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.